Hi friends, I hope you're doing well. Today I'm so excited because we are gonna jump into fall makeup looks using the perfect fall makeup palette for this year. You guys, Anastasia just launched a brand new palette. It's called the Fall Romance Eyeshadow Palette. They're actually sponsoring today's video. I literally can't get over the fact that I'm working with them yet again to help announce their new palette. I've been playing with this. I've been loving this. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like Anastasia just absolutely kills it when it comes to eyeshadow palettes, and especially fall palettes. Are you kidding? I think that it was so smart to do something literally inspired by fall, because I feel like for me personally, that's when I start to wear like eyeshadow looks. Let's just get right into it. First of all, hold on. We need to show you the packaging. Look at this gorgeous texture. It's this really pretty burgundy color. You guys are gonna lose your minds when you see the outer packaging of this. It's so nostalgic, I think because of the texture. Look at this palette, you guys. It has that velvet touch, similar to the Soft Glam palette, the Modern Renaissance palette, all of those classics that we all fell in love with. This one does have a little bit of like a texture to it. I don't know if you can see that. It's so pretty. Are you guys ready to see the inside? Dun dun! Look at this palette. Obviously, it's not as fresh because I've been playing with it. But as always, I took some video in natural light so you guys can see exactly how this looks in sunlight. It is so spectacular. This is something that's gonna give you really beautiful, bold fall makeup looks. I mean, you can go very wearable with this palette if you'd like to, but I have found while playing with this palette that it's definitely for those delicious, rich, romantic fall eyeshadow looks, which is what I am craving right now. I love fall when it comes to makeup. I feel like it's just the time where we can wear a little bit more and it makes sense. For some reason, like a nice eyeshadow look paired with a sweater just really is a combo that I feel like is so timeless. You guys seem to really enjoy when I do multiple looks with an eyeshadow palette, so I'm gonna be doing the same thing today. I'm gonna do 3 looks with this palette. I created the 3 looks based off of the color story, obviously. When I first looked at this palette, I was like, okay, I know I could create a bronze look, a green look, and a purple look. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start off with the bronze look. By the way, I've got my makeup on already so that we can keep this video all about the eyes, but I will have everything listed for you down below if you want to know what else I've got on. We're going to start off with the shade Leather. This is the perfect transition shade for this palette. I'm just going to start by sweeping that into the crease and a little bit above as my transition shade. I'm also taking that underneath the lower lash line to really sculpt that out as well. Already I'm obsessed with this color. Like, you could honestly use this color all over the lid for fall and just pop on mascara and call it a day. If you're into matte eyeshadow looks, that would be absolutely gorgeous. I'm gonna amp it up for today's video because I just want to feel super fall today. So next we're gonna go into the shade Crimson, which is this gorgeous kind of burgundy brown. And we're gonna use this to define the outer edge of the eye. So I'm gonna kind of move this in circular motions, building up a little bit at a time. Now, typically I would definitely recommend doing your eyeshadow before base products, especially if you're gonna be doing more bold eye looks like I am today. But again, just to make sure that the video is all eye focused today, I really wanted to make sure my makeup was done on the face, but just keep that in mind. So I just feel like it's easier to maintain the shape of the eyeshadow and also kind of control any fallout. I'm also taking that along the lower lash line and then continuing to add more to the outer corners just to really add depth to the eye. Next, we're going to take the star of this look, which is called Fireside. This is such a beautiful bronze color, and I'm going to use this all over the lid, starting in the center, and then I am going to kind of move it out toward the edge of the eye as well, so that this color is really the focal point of this look. I love how this color looks paired with that crimson matte shade. I just feel like they really complement each other, which, you know, I don't always wear burgundy matte shadows with bronzes, but I feel like they are a match made in heaven. I'm taking what's left on my fingertip and I'm kind of like sweeping it up toward the crease as well, so that it's kind of like an all over lid look, but we still have some dimension thanks to the matte shade underneath. I'm gonna take a smaller brush and that same Fireside shade and apply that across the entire lower lash line. You could definitely add like a brown eyeliner if you wanted to intensify this. I personally feel like it looks really nice as is. I'm just taking that brush that was used for the transition shade earlier and kind of buffing it out. So now we're gonna apply mascara. I figured I would use the Anastasia new Lash Sculpt Mascara, which I've been testing out for the past couple of weeks, as you guys know, and I've been really liking it so far. So I'm just gonna go in with mascara and then we'll finish with a lip color. For this lip look, I wanted to keep things just classic. So I'm using my favorite lip liner from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the shade Deep Taupe. And then I love pairing that with the lipstick. This is their satin lipstick in the shade Taupe Beige. Now that I've got the eye look on, I'm gonna add a little bit more of the blush that I had on, which is the Anastasia Beverly Hills cream blush in the shade Latte. Just gonna add a bit more of that to kind of complement this eye look. I feel like this is the perfect look for day or night, maybe a good like transitional look if you are, you know, working in the beginning of the day and then going out in the night. I really love how this one turned out. This is definitely the most like classic, simple look that I'll be creating today. The other two are really, really fun, more bold, more rich for fall, which I also love, but this is just a great go-to, super wearable look that you can create from this palette in just like a few steps. So here's look number one. I hope you guys love this one as much as I do. The next one is gonna be focused around those delicious greens in the palette. I'm really excited to show you, so let's get into it. All right, for look number two, we're gonna start out with the exact same shade, which is Leather. This is truly the best little transition shade for every single look you're wanting to create. So we're gonna do the same thing, just pop this in the crease and a bit above, and also underneath the lower lash line as our transition shade. Next, we're gonna hop into this gorgeous matte green called Thorns. This is what's gonna build out that green undertone across the entire eye. The cool thing about this color is it's somehow a very wearable green. It's not like super bright. It has a smokiness to it, so it's actually very, very flattering, I feel. It's such a pretty green color. I don't know, I feel like most greens end up pulling a little bit emerald, but this has like a true gray undertone to it, which I think is so pretty. I'm going back in with the first brush we were using just to blend those two colors together. I'm running that same Thorns color on the outer third of the lower lash line, just to add a bit more definition there. Next, we're gonna go into the deeper green shade called Twilight. And I'm gonna take this on a more precise brush. I'm wanting to have almost like a shadow liner with this, just right up against the lashes on the outer third. And I'm taking what's left and applying it against the lashes on the outer third of the lower lash line as well. I'm adding a little bit more of the Thorns color, just because I really want that to show underneath the shimmer that we're gonna apply next. I was immediately drawn to the shade Smoke in the palette when I first opened it up, and I thought it would be really beautiful to pair with these kind of smoky greens. So we're gonna pop this onto the lid. I'm gonna leave the outer corner untouched, unlike the last look where I layered the shimmer on top of the matte. I just really want the green to kind of have its moment on the outer corner. So I'm just layering this on the inner portion of the lid and then going all the way across, stopping about halfway. I'm taking that same Smoke color and applying it across the lower lash line as well. Next, we're gonna take a really fun green duochrome color, which is this one right here called Crown. And this is gonna be our inner corner highlight. So just taking that precise brush and popping this in the inner corner. I love the idea of like a green inner corner highlight that kind of fades into a more taupe shimmer shade, and then there's green on the outer corner. I just love how this looks. I'm gonna kind of do a little miniature scoopity boopity here, which means to just kind of highlight the inner crease. I just think this looks so pretty when the light hits your eyes a certain way. The best way to find your inner crease is to kind of like tilt your head back and then trace the edge of the eye socket right by your nose, something like that. All right, now we're going to apply mascara. I'm gonna use the same mascara as before. I'm gonna do a little bit more this time since we have a little more going on. And then of course we'll finish with a lip look as well. All right, so mascara's on. I'm now lining my lips using the Anastasia Beverly Hills lip liner in the shade Mocha. And I'm kind of gonna color this in all over the lips. And then I'm going to top that with the Anastasia Beverly Hills lip gloss in the shade Latte, which how perfect is that lip combo for fall specifically, even down to the names. I'm adding just a hint more of the green color to the outer edge. I just really want that color to shine through in this look. And there you have it. Here's the green look using the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Fall Romance eyeshadow palette. I think this look is so pretty. You could honestly do quite a few green looks with this, depending on which shimmer you wanted on the entire lid. Like you could honestly use the shade Crown all over the lid for like even more of a fun pop of color. But I really like this one. This one's like a very subtle, somehow romantic green eyeshadow look. So I hope you guys love this look as much as I do. I think this is perfect for fall. Like I would wear this on Thanksgiving. Do you know what I mean? So I love it. Let's get into look number 3, which I think might be my favorite. All right, we're gonna go all out with look number 3. We're gonna go in with the same shade though to begin, which is Leather. This is truly just the best way to start any look with this palette. So same thing, just popping this in the crease as our transition shade. And also I'm taking that same color again along the lower lash line just to create shape there as well. All right, next we're gonna take a shimmery purple shade called Midnight, which is gonna be our defining shade. So I'm gonna pop this on the outer edge. This does have a bit of a sheen to it, like it's more of a metallic shade, but I actually think it's gorgeous, used to smoke out the eye. So that's how I'm gonna be using it today. Slowly adding and building and buffing little by little. Look how pretty that is. Again, normally I'd be able to control the shape of the outer edge a little bit more if I were to do my eyes first. So bear with me as I try to perfect it as best as I can since I have my face makeup on. But I'm gonna take that same color again and go across the lower lash line on that outer edge with this color too, just to really define that as well. Already I feel like this is such a fun look. But just wait, just you wait till the next 2 steps. It's really gonna transform everything. So now we're gonna take the most vibrant color in the palette, which is called Divine. This is like just the most beautiful, like orchid purple shade. It is such a cool color. And look at that. I'm just applying this with my fingertips because I feel like that's how I get the best payoff with any bright color or metallics. This is honestly more of like a satin finish in my opinion. But I'm just gonna layer that all over the eyelid. I mean, come on, how pretty is that? We're gonna do the same thing to the other eye. I'm going in with a clean brush just to really buff and blend those shadows out together. And then I'm gonna take that same color. The brush is wet this time, which really adds quite a bit of like vibrancy with this shade specifically. And I'm just taking that across the lower lash line as well. You guys think this is cool? Just wait. Now I'm gonna take the shade Moonlight, which is like a gorgeous, sparkly, duochrome pinkish purple color. I'm gonna pop this into the inner corner to start, just using like a smaller brush. And then I'm gonna take my fingertip with that same shade, and I'm gonna use this all over the lid. As I was playing with this palette, I couldn't believe how stunning these two are layered on top of each other. They're obviously so pretty by themselves too, but layered is where the magic really happens. So I'm just popping that on all over the lid. I'm using pressing motions more than swiping so we can maintain that vibrant shade underneath without like scooching it around too much. And then I'm taking that same color and going across the inner third of the lower lash line. Okay, I'm kind of going backwards a little bit here. You all can ignore this step because let's just assume that you haven't done your eyes yet. But I feel like I want the bottom to be a little more sharp than what I was able to achieve without a makeup wipe. So I'm kind of going a little bit backwards than what I normally do to create the shape I'm looking for. And then I'm going to take what's left on my concealer brush and just use this to really perfect the edges of this shadow look. I'm not usually a huge eyeliner person, but with this look, I feel like it needs it. So I'm gonna take a black eyeliner and just go up against the lash line on the outer third of the top. And then I'm gonna tightline a little bit on the top and bottom waterlines. No smoky eye would be complete without mascara, so I'm gonna really load up the mascara. This is the same Anastasia Beverly Hills Lash Sculpt Mascara. I'm gonna really go in with this for this look. We're gonna do a little bit more to finish off this look. So I'm taking a little bit of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Loose Powder and just mattifying the T-zone a little bit more and setting that concealer under the eyes. For lips, I'm gonna take the Anastasia Beverly Hills Lip Liner. This is in the shade Muted Mauve, and I'm just gonna line and fill in the lips with this. And then I'm gonna take the shade Cotton Candy in the Anastasia Beverly Hills Lip Gloss, because I want a little bit more of like a cool toned nude. So I figured mixing these two would make the perfect shade. Every time I do a smoky eye, I feel like I need more blush, so I'm gonna take more of that Latte blush and just add a little more to the apples of the cheeks. All right, you guys, so that completes look number 3, a very smoky, purple focused, gorgeous eye look, if I do say so myself. I mean, this palette really does the most, but I feel like this is such a cool twist on what I typically see for a fall makeup look. So I hope you guys enjoyed all 3 looks. Let me know down below in the comments what your favorite look was out of the 3. I mean, this palette is just delicious, honestly. If you're somebody who really loves eyeshadow in fall, I think you would love this palette. Obviously, you could totally make an everyday look with this, but I do feel like this is more for those smoky, more bold looks. So if you're into that, be sure to check it out. I will have this linked down below for you guys. It actually launches today on the day I'm uploading this, which is really exciting. So be sure to check it out. I feel like the palettes they've launched this year are insanely incredible, and they're all so different. Like, they have a completely different feeling behind them, even down to the packaging, which I love. And there's just something like nostalgic about this. It's so fall. It's literally fall bottled up and put into an eyeshadow palette. So hopefully this video was helpful if you're looking to buy the new Fall Romance palette. I hope you guys got some inspo. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of this palette. Are you gonna pick it up? Let me know. I always love to hear from you guys. And yeah, I hope you guys have an amazing day wherever you are, and I will see you in my next video. Love you. Bye.